So this is our system here. In our system also, if you go to Smq1, same as like in how we have seen in other systems, Smq1 outbound queues. So just click on the SR here, the entries will be displayed. If any the entries are there, the entries will be displayed. Here no entries, so we no need to take any action. If any data stuck here, that data we have to monitor here. If anything stuck here, the data we have to monitor here. The data we have to monitor here. Here nothing is stuck. Outbound queues and inbound queues. Then if you go to the SM58, then so there also there is no data stuck here. Why? Because we are not connected to the any other systems as well. So nothing got stuck here. So then how to create the queues here? How to create the queues here? Then if you go to here, so if you go to Smqr and Smqs, these are the queues registration. One is the outbound queues registration, and one more thing is the inbound queues registration. Suppose you want to transfer, suppose I want to transfer to the other systems. So we want to transfer to the other systems. Then what you can do here, Smqr. Suppose if you go to the Smqr, why? Because you are planning to create the queues. Like suppose the queue name is suppose like X star queue. In this queue, the data should flow. So I created the queue here. So I want to create a one more queue like Y star queue, which means through this queue, the data will flow. Like that, I created the some queues here, inbound queues, which is coming to the inside of the system, right? Suppose if I go to the outbound queues, outbound means which is going to outside of the system, which is going means external systems. I will create it here, but here it will ask the destination. Why? Because in SM59, you need to create the destination. Which destination you want to create it? Suppose like here, we will give the R3, PR, suppose like ECD or something like we have the destinations are there, right? We will give the destination here. Okay. I have given the destination. Maximum number of connection. How many connections you have to initiate? 2 connections maximum runtime. So like that we can create it. See here, I created the data. I created the queue. Destination I created. One destination I created, which means so when sending the data from, you can also data will be sent to the this target destination. So where we have to create the destinations then? Where we have to create the destinations then?
SM59.
Yeah, in SM59 we have to create the destinations. So that is the reason. Same as like suppose if you have the other systems also available here, then you can just create the, you can also other systems also available. So then you can select it. So what are the other systems? Suppose like we have the ECD. So suppose like we have the ECD system also available, one more system. So that system as already also I have created here. If you have the BW system, BW, CRM. So those external systems, you can add it here to send the data here. So that what exactly the scheduler, based upon this destination, the scheduler will send out the data to the that respective systems. So how, where can we monitor? Here you have done the configuration in SMQR and SMQS. We have done the configurations, right? We have done the configurations in SMQR, in SMQS. You have done the configurations. Q in means inside of the system. Q out means outside of the system. So, okay. So registrations, we have to do it here. Sometimes during the monthly maintenance activities or weekly activity, we need to stop the flowing the data. Stopping flowing the data to other system means just select the queue, just go to the deregistration. Deregistration means the queue is inactive here, the queue is inactive here. So if you want to, after the system is back, then you can activate the queue. So how to perform the queues activate and deactivate means, so you can come to the here SMQR and SMQS, then there you can just perform the queues activation and deactivation. We can perform it. Queues activation and deactivation, we can perform it here. Okay. So queue, if the queue is deactivated, then we cannot send the data to the respective systems. Why? Because this system, suppose the example, this ECD system is going to be down. Okay, the system is going to be down in the in the next 1 hour. We should not send the, while system is down, we should not send the data. So Why? Because data will be failed here. Data will be failed here. Again, we have to take the action. Let's say we have to do some data packets loss or something like that. So in this case, what we have to do here? When the any maintenance activities, especially for the production systems, there is a ramp down and ramp up procedures, which means ramp down, ramp up procedure means, so we have to deregister the queues, stop the all the background jobs. Then once the activity is over, so again we have to register the queues and start the queues, jobs and everything. We have to do that one. Sir, how to do that one? Okay, I will tell you now. So once this is completed, queue out and queue in are completed. Smq1, Smq2, Smqr, Smqs, and Sm58 for the transactional RFCs. So once you created the queue, right? When you go to the Sm50 or Smq1, where to monitor here? If we go to the outbound queues, all outbound queues, if any data stuck here, the structured data here we can monitor, same as like we have seen in the earlier, right? Here also. If we go to the Smq2 inbound queues, which is coming inside of here, also we can monitor the entries here. Here also we can monitor the entries here if anything stuck. But unfortunately, here we don't have any data, nothing got stuck here. If everything is 0, 0, which means so nothing is pending in the system. So all data processed, everything is processed here. So everything is gotten processed here, right? So that is what here. This is what about the transactions like Smqr, Qs, Q1, and Q2, and Sm58 for the transactional RFCs, which is called the TRFCs failures. We can see it from here, right? Transactional RFCs. So now we created the queues and data. The data flow will happen here. If you do done something you have done, something is something, the data flow will happen. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you'll see the some stuck entries here in the system, TCP. So that will be sure. Why? Because we created the queue, then I will enable the workflow in SWU3 automatic workflow customization. This is one of the transaction code, SWU3 automatic workflow customization. Workflow means some approval process. Suppose it's kind of approval process. Mainly the functional team will work on this one. So what is this mean? Workflows. Workflows in a system. Suppose the first level approval, second level approval, forwarding, and so canceling the approval. Suppose one PO I have created, then who will approve that one? There is a first level approval, second level approval, right? They will approve it. The workflow rules, they will create it. To process that rules here, the workflow environment is up to date here. Up to date means it should be green here. So it should be green. It should be green here. It should be green here. The workflow here, it should be green here, and it will throw the, it will pump, it will send the approvals and workflows and everything to the respective owners, and the mailbox it will send the errors. So currently there are no active versions exit. I will activate it, that one. So the destinations and passwords we have to set here. We have to create it here. So this is as part of the refresh activity. We have to take care of this, everything. We have to take care of this one. So like that. So we have to edit the activity version. We have to activate it. Oh, SAP star not allowed. Okay, I logged into the SAP star. That is the reason it's not allowing me to continue here. So like actually all these items should be green status. When your organization, when your company, so there, if the workflow is active. Why? Because these are the real-time transactional systems, right? So normally the vendors, the customers, the vendors will create the POs, purchase orders, sales orders. They will some other things they will create approvals, maybe leave approvals. So something like that they will create it. So, but as soon as he completed, it will go to the next level approvals. How it is going? So the rules depends upon the rules creation, depends upon the this one, depends upon this jobs will send the data. This upon the units jobs, it will send the data to the system. Okay. So workflow means you have to come to the here in SWU3 automatic workflow customization. You have to come to the here, then you have to come to the here, then you need to enable it. Just want to highlight that one. Why? Because now if we enable it here, so in the system we'll see some data we can see some data flow in the system. That is the reason intentionally I have enabled this one. So you can also do that one. Okay. So That is the thing here. The next one. So is it clear? These things like SM. Yes. So it's clear, right, regarding these transactions, Smqr, QS, Q1, and Q2. Okay. So Q1, Smq1 means it kind of outbound queues. So here we can use this transaction to monitor the LUWs in the outbound queues. So if anything got failed, we can restart it. We can execute the LUWs. SMQ2 means inbound queue. If you use this transaction, so outbounds related queues and inbound queues, we can monitor. These two transactions can be helpful. Okay. So if anything got stuck, so we can monitor it. If anything got stuck, so we can monitor and we can re-execute it. We can perform that one. Okay. So that is the queues related information. Okay. These are the queues related information. So anything apart from the queues, so what we left? We have many things left, but the related topic, just want to explain. LUW means logical unit of work. Logical, the work which have completed by our functional folks and development team, the transaction. The transaction is one transaction is called the one LUW. So, and also IDOC. IDOC means intermediate document. All data clubbed into the one IDOC. IDOC is called the combination of the multiple like IDOCs and IDOC. It kind of multiple documents, multiple data. It kind of IDOC means intermediate documents. So all the data will be merged into the one IDOC. So for the BW team, the functional teams will aware of how to do that one and everything. So they will take care of this IDOC processing and functional processing. The entry got stuck in SM58. So normally we will call it as the entry. But in SAP language, this is called the LUW. One LUW, one transaction ID got stuck, one LUW got stuck. We will call it. We will call it as. Right. So the next one, which we will explain about the SMICM. Right. So Internet Communication Manager. Internet Communication Manager. The connections, this is for the handling the internet based request. So this ICM will handle the internet based request which are coming from the browser. Suppose sometimes not all the users have access to the SAP login pad. Some users, they will open the SAP through browser also. We can open it through browser also. We can open the SAP. In this case, if you go to the SMICM, so when you are accessing with the SAP from browser, this ICM should be active. The connection which are coming to the system through HTTP or HTTPS protocol, this ICM should be up and running. Otherwise, we cannot open it. So here we can monitor ICM related. Suppose there is a service. Suppose if I take about the service in SMICM, suppose there is some ports actually, services. We go to and services. Here you can see the HTTP and HTTPS services we can see here. So sometimes some users, they will open the HTTPS. Sometimes we will open the HTTPS and HTTP, we will open it. So how the system is working now, how the URL is opening means sometimes we will open it, right? Suppose like www.google.com. If you open that one, so it is opening. The site is opening. And also irctc.com, it is opening. It is like HTTPS. Few are the HTTPS, few are the HTTP. So how this is handling here? Not only Google, some other, how it is handling here. Suppose I will take the IRCTC here. Why? Because IRCTC is purely running on the SAP, S4 systems, SAP systems. How this site is opening here? How this service is getting opened here? How it is opened here? So here the HTTP, the ports are active here in the SMICM. The ports are active in the system. The ports are active in the system. That is the reason it is opening. But here the ports are not configured here. So we have to configure it as soon as your work is completed. Now, as soon as your system build is completed, these are the post installation activities to enable the ports. So here we can enable it. When you are enabling here, so 8000, suppose like we will give the 8000, any port we can give it, so not a problem. 8000, I have given the 8000, but the changes will be lost. Why? Because these are the dynamically I'm changing, not the statically, which means not permanent changes. Your changes will be lost when you restart ICM. Okay, just I configured the HTTP I have configured, right? So actually permanently, if you want to set, you need to do it in the you need to do it in the profiles. In the profiles, you need to configure this one. In the profiles, you need to configure the these things. We have to configure it. Okay, so let me set the HTTPS here. So HTTPS I will set like so 44300. Maybe it won't take it 443. Yeah, I think it's taken. Yeah, see here 44300. Normally standard ports, SAP recommended ports are for HTTP. We have to use 80 instance number. For HTTPS, we have to give like 443 and instance number. That is the sorry, back of my voice is not fine. Okay, 80 instance number and 443 instance number. Okay, so here, so these are the SAP recommended ports. No, I don't want to use I have to use the different port, means you can use it. Depends upon your organization. You can use the different ports here. You can use it. So let me delete it. So what is the use of these ports here? What is the use of these ports? Why we created? So what happens if you don't have the ports? You cannot open the sites here. We cannot open the site like that. You cannot open it. Then what about how can we open the SAP site then? So in SAP, if you want to activate the any service, then so here in SMICM, only the ports are enabled or not, and ICM is running or not. Here we can see. Suppose you want to activate the some functionalities, you want to activate the some services, then you have to go to the SICF is the transaction code for the service activation or deactivation. You have to activate and service. Service means the sub functionalities. Suppose if you see here, there is a after your system home name, there is a get/train set. This sub services under this under the service, there is sub services called the train_set, train-set. So where we have to activate these services? If we go to the SICF here, in SICF here we have to activate the service. If you know the service path or service name, here you can activate it. If you don't know, just click on the execute button. Here you can see, here you can activate the services. Whatever the service you want to activate, here we can activate it. Normally there is a service, actually web GUI service. This service we will use it. Normally this services should be active, but this service is deactive status. Just right click on the activate, just OS button, so that the service will be activated. The service will be activated. So what is this use of this service, this functionality? Why we are activating this one? This service is like, so how we are opening the SAP in the SAP login pad, same way if you open the URL, if you open the URL in the browser, see here, so this is the URL. Normally this is a URL. So just you can open this URL actually. So we have to activate some other services as well. SAP public BC service also we have to activate it. Okay, we have to activate that one as well. Activate. Suppose I don't have the SAP login pad. I want to log into the SAP, do the transaction. Then you can open this URL and port number, then sub services, SAP BC GUI, some sub services we can open it. So that SAP will be opened here. SAP will be opened here. So you will see now in minutes, you will get the SAP screen here. So it's not like that you have to use only SAP login pad. So we have the one more alternative option, like so opening the URL. If you open the URL, your SAP screen will be opened. You don't need to SAP login pad and everything. So you can open it. The thing is here, the timeout parameters we need to set in the SMICM. SMICM. The first time we are setting, right? So we need to revisit the this timeout parameter. Only the 15 seconds are left. So what I can do, I can make it the minimum 60, 600. So like that we can put it out. 600 milliseconds, you can put it out. Why? Because, so what exactly this timeout parameters? If you won't get the response within this 50 seconds, immediately you will get the timeout options, 500 connection timeout. Normally, when you're opening the banking sites or some other sites to book the tickets, to book the sometimes you may face this type of issues, timeout occur, which means the server is not responding within the time limit. Within the time limit, the server is not responding. That is the reason you see these things here. So maybe their basis team, their server backend team, they will enable it. They will enable these things. They will enable it. So I have just enabled this one. Just click on the refresh button. Now you will see. Now you got the SAP screen now. Same SAP logon screen. Now you got it. So here you can enter the user ID and password. So DDIC, maybe London. So our password you can use it. Then you will get the SAP screen now. You will get the SAP home page. You will get it out. Same as like in the login pad, how we will get the home page. Same page we got it here. So then after that you can execute the transaction through browser URL. Also you can execute the transaction. So who is helping here to open the URLs in the browser? Here, your SMICM Internet Communication Manager is helping you to open the URLs in the browser, the users. So if it is down, what will happen? If it is down, what will happen means you cannot open the site. You will get like 500 internal server error, maybe something like 500 connection timeout errors. So the codes we will get it out. So you will get that one, right? Same as like here also. So suppose if the port also disabled, some services, if the port also disabled, the port is not created, then also you will see here your site will not be opened. If the port is wrong, our site will not be opened here. Site is not opened here. Okay. So that is the here how we are using. So I have not logged into the login pad. Here my thing is opening here. The first time, right? So it's taking some time. So to open the our SAP home, same like home page, same as like this home page, we will get the screen here. Same as like this, we will get the SAP screen here. Same as like this, you will get the SAP screen from the here. You will get it out. Same as like here. So here, who is helping means, so this SMICM is helping to access the data from through browser itself. Through browser also you can access the data. SMICM is helping here, right? So how to activate the service, the particular HR services, some payroll services, how to activate. So the functional team, they will develop the services. They will ask basis team to activate it. Then in this case, you have to come to the here. Then you need to activate it. You have to come to the here. Suppose they asked you to activate the some BW related, the client side panel Google Maps. Suppose like this is service they have asked you to activate. Then right click it. Then activate it. Just activate it. So that they will open it. It will open now. So just right click and test the service whether it is working or not. Then it will open. So like that, see, it is asking the user ID and password. It is asking the user ID and password. Then here you can enter the user ID so that the site will be opened here. The site will be opened here. So like that. So you have to, you can just remember this URL. You can bookmark it. The next time when you are logging, just click it. It will open automatically. You can do the work, your work. So how it is opening means here SMICM is helping. SMICM is helping to access the things here. SMICM is helping. So SMICM is helping to access the things here. See here how it is opening. SAP GUI. So now in my browser, the same screen is opened. I can enter the same transaction codes. I can enter it here so that I can access everything from here. Right? Why I need SAP GUI and I need to configure it. Right? So now I don't need SAP GUI as well. Simply I can open my browser URL. I can access my things here. How you are opening the outside. like how the IRCD services, Red Bus services, some other service, how you are opening and how you are planning your booking and everything. Same way I can do it from here as well, right? I can do that one from SAP itself. I can do that one. If you want to change the theme, you can change it. So if you want to change the font, color, whatever you want, you can change it. That everything we can change it. SAP is the easily customizable. That's why all customers they will use the SAP. Why? Because so easily we can change it. We can do the customization. N number of customizations we can do that one. However we want to do, we can do that one. Same. So now SAP GUI opened. Now what I will do here? Now what I will do? My ICM service, my ICM is down. What exactly happens in your organization? Sometimes ICM will go down status. So exits down. Will local hard shutdown. I will go to the hard shutdown. Hard shutdown means so I have stopped SMICM. Then if I click this button, it won't open now. Now you got the site cannot be reached. The site cannot be reached, which means your ICM is not picking the data. Your system data is not picking. Normally you see, right? When you open normally in your daily usage, when you are accessing some other sites, banking sites, school, college, some bus tickets, some red bus, sometimes you may face this. The site cannot be reached. 500 internal server or something like that we may get, right? Why means internal server is not responding, or their ICM is not picking your request and everything. Now I will go. Yeah, it will enable. Now if I will go and just click on the refresh button, now it will enable. But here, what exactly happens here? Our ports are dynamic ports. After the restart, the ports are gone. If you want to permanently set this one, we need to configure the profile in the HTTP, HTTPS profile parameters. We have to configure in the in the instance profile, we have to configure it and you need to restart it. Then if you restart ICM, it will be permanent. It will be permanent. Okay. So that is the assignment I am giving to you for today. What is that? So you need to configure the HTTP and HTTPS ports permanently in the profile parameter. I will tell you the profile parameter as well. RJ10 in RJ11. RJ11 is not required. If you configure RJ11, that is the dynamic. Immediately it will be closed. So RJ10 you need to open, then choose the instance profile. Then there you need to configure the HTTP and HTTPS parameters. You have to configure it and restart the system so that it will be permanent. The changes will be like the permanent changes. That is the work I'm giving to you. So you have to complete this one. Okay. Anything? Anyone wants any questions? So suppose like example, sir, I don't know whether it is working or not. How can we check, sir, the logs and everything? If you go to the trace file, click on the display all, you see the ICM related each and every action will be tracked in the trace file. So just in SMICM itself, you see here, why it is not opening here? Why means you can see the no HTTP, HTTPS service defined. That is the reason. So your network detected the bypass and check the without detecting the problem. So here the error is message like no HTTP, HTTPS service is defined. So how can we tell now, sir, these ports are not active, something like that? Means by seeing the logs, we can see the logs, right? Now you can see the logs here. That is the reason. What is the reason? Now I can simply say these ports are not active. That is the reason. If you open now, you will not get the screen, SAP screen. You will not get the SAP screen. The site cannot be reached only. Why? Because the port is deactivated here. So you need to activate this port. So if you want to activate the port, you need to permanently set this one. So how you want to set? That is your reason. So I stopped the ICM, right? ICM is dead. So each and every action will be tracked here. So if anything wrong, here you can open the here and you can check the ICM logs in the go to, then services, ports, connections, how many connections and everything. Here we can monitor the connections, display the how many connections are there currently. So what is the request? What is the host name? What is the port name? All these things we can see it from here. Okay. Just play around with this SMICM, SACF, SMQR, SMQs and SMQ1, Q2, these transaction reports for today. Okay. So I want this assignment has to be complete. So everyone, so please complete this assignment.